10 secrets you'll discover after turning 30. When you're in your 20s, you often feel like you have the world at your feet. Everything seems possible, every path wide open, and you believe you've got time to figure it all out. Your dreams stretch endlessly before you, like a skyline without borders. Every mistake feels fixable. Every plan feels exciting. There's a thrill in chasing the unknown and believing that the best version of your life is just one bold move away. Your 20s feel like a rehearsal for something greater, something brighter, just around the corner. But when you cross into your 30s, something shifts. It's not dramatic or loud, it's quiet, like the soft click of a lock turning. At first you don't even realize the change, but with each passing day, certain truths begin to reveal themselves, slowly and steadily, like morning light creeping through a curtain. Life stops being a race and starts becoming a deeply personal journey. It becomes less about proving yourself to the world and more about finding peace in your own skin. You begin to understand that fulfillment isn't in the finish line, but in the pace that suits your soul. One of the first secrets that becomes clear is that no one really knows what they're redoing. In your 20s, it feels like everyone else has it figured out except you. People seem confident, decisive, in control. Social media amplifies the illusion, showing only curated moments of triumph. But by the time you hit 30, you start to realize that most people are just trying their best, improvising through life's complexities, navigating uncertainty with a blend of fear and hope. Everyone is figuring it out as they go along, even those who seem like they have it all. There's a strange comfort in this realization. It makes you gentler with yourself and kinder to others. You stop comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. You begin to admire transparency over perfection. Begin to embrace the process, flaws and all. Another truth that rises to the surface is that your energy is finite. You begin to see your time and mental peace as currencies that must be guarded like precious treasures. You learn to say no, not out of spite or selfishness, but out of self-respect and wisdom. You stop attending events just to please people, and you no longer chase friendships that drain you. Stop sacrificing your weekends for people who wouldn't notice your absence. Instead, you start investing your energy into spaces and people who nourish you. You realize that solitude isn't loneliness. Sometimes it's healing. It becomes the space where you recharge and remember who you are. You grow to enjoy your own company, and that, in itself, is a form of freedom. Time alone becomes a canvas for clarity, creativity, and calm. Then comes the bittersweet understanding that your parents are human too. Flawed, tired, emotional. The people who once seemed immortal now reveal their vulnerabilities. Maybe their hands shake. Maybe they forget things. Maybe their voices carry the weariness of unspoken worries. Maybe they're softer now, more nostalgic, more aware of their own mortality. And somewhere inside you, the child who always looked up to them begins to shift roles, offering support, patience, and even forgiveness. It's not always easy, but it's real. You start to see them not just as parents, but as people with pasts, wounds, and dreams of their own. You begin to cherish your time with them more, even in silence. You learn that presence is sometimes the greatest gift you can offer. That simply being there, with open hands and an open heart, is enough. Your 30s also revealed that love is not enough. When your 20s, love felt like everything. You believed it could fix the broken, heal the hurt, and fill every gap in your soul. But with age, you understand that love without communication, effort, and emotional maturity is like a beautiful car with no engine. It looks good, but it won't get you anywhere. Stability begins to mean more than spark. Trust more than thrill. You begin to value loyalty, emotional intelligence, and daily kindness far more than butterflies. You crave someone who listens deeply, stays during the storms, and helps you grow without clipping your wings. Love becomes less about fantasy and more about teamwork, about showing up over and over again, even when it's hard. You'll learn, too, that your body speaks its own language. It starts to whisper things you never noticed before. Sleep becomes sacred. Late nights leave traces on your skin, and fast food has a new kind of consequence. You begin to respect your body not for how it looks, but for how it carries you, how it endures. Health stops being about appearance and becomes about vitality. You start stretching in the morning, drinking more water, and caring about rest. You begin to treat your body as an ally, not a project. You dress to feel good, not just to impress. You finally realize that your body is not a battleground, but a home. A place that has carried you through seasons of change, pain, and joy, and it deserves your gratitude. You begin to see that dreams change, and that's okay. The goals you once clung to might fade, replaced by quieter, truer callings. You stop chasing success as defined by others. Maybe you abandon the corporate ladder to start a small business or trade a high salary for more time with your kids. You realize that peace is a form of wealth too. You learn that joy can be found in a slower rhythm, morning coffee, and evening walks, in silence between songs. Success stops being about applause and starts being about alignment. You become the author of your own narrative. You redefine what fulfillment looks like, and sometimes it's simply a calm day, a full heart, and knowing you stayed true to yourself. Friendship evolves. Some people stay, some drift away quietly, some leave abruptly, but gone is the panic of losing people. You understand now that not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some are just chapters, not the whole story. And that's not tragic, it's natural. What matters most is the quality of connection, not its duration. You begin to prioritize authenticity over popularity, and you treasure the ones who truly see you. You become more intentional with your circle. You invest in those who reciprocate, who celebrate your growth and sit with you in your shadows. You let go of those who don't, and in doing so, you make room for those who do. You discover that healing is not linear. The traumas you thought you left behind might still echo. But you also realize that healing doesn't mean forgetting or erasing. It means accepting. It means waking up, still carrying some of the weight, but finding the strength to walk anyway. You no longer expect to be fixed. You simply strive to be whole. You learn to honor your scars as signs of survival, not shame. You begin to share your story not for validation, but to give hope. You realize that vulnerability, when shared wisely, is a bridge, not a burden. Healing becomes a rhythm you learn to dance to, even when you misstep. You begin to appreciate silence. The older you get, the more you cherish the spaces between words, the moments without noise. You no longer need to fill every pause with chatter. Silence becomes a place to rest, reflect, and recharge. It's in those quiet moments that your thoughts organize themselves, your heart softens, and your soul exhales. In silence, you rediscover yourself. You welcome stillness, not as emptiness, but as a sacred pause between life's symphonies. And in that stillness, you begin to hear your own voice more clearly than ever before. And perhaps most importantly, you realize that time is your most precious asset. The 30s teach you that years pass faster than you imagined. You stop putting off the important things. You tell people you love them. You take the trip. You write the book. You make the call. You no longer wait for the perfect moment to make the moment perfect. Because the biggest secret of all is this: life doesn't wait. And now, finally, neither do you. You live with intention. You live with presence. You cherish what you have while you have it. And for the first time in a long time, you feel like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. It's not because it's perfect, but because it's yours.